staying with us. Well, this is a brand new show called Scrip Tease, where you can call in at the number that is flashing on the screen or email us at feedback@ndtv-hindu.com, and we'll help you come to a conclusion on whether you should buy or sell your shares. Today we are joined in by Mr. Narayan, who's the president of Tamil Nadu Investors Association. Well, right now we've got a call from Rodrigues. Go ahead, Rodrigues. What's your question? Please introduce yourself as well.
Well, hi, Mr. Narayan, and hi, Sania there. This is Rodriguez. I'm finally a student here. I just wanted to know, the International Emissions Trading Association, whose members include global banks and power companies, among others, is proposing the creation of a green bond to supplement a United Nations system that has failed to generate the levels of investment that bankers had hoped for. Now, considering that the carbon trading business is a $140 billion industry, are there any avenues where I can invest? A lot of my cousins in Toronto have invested a lot in these green bonds. But I've tried looking around for a few people who can guide me about this. I'm wondering if you could help me out with this.
Sure. Unfortunately, this the carbon credit business, what he's talking about, is yet to commence in Indian market. Indian stock market is there where the scripts are traded, and we have a commodities market where few commodities are traded. But unfortunately, this is yet to commence. So probably we may have to wait for some more time before the trading commences.
Right, great, Rodrigues. I hope that answers your question. Next, we have an email coming in from Harsh. He says, is it a good deal to buy midday multimedia at ₹30 and enter the Jagran through swap ratio of 7:2 instead of buying Jagran at ₹108?
Yeah, correct. What he says is correct, but unfortunately the market is going down day by day. Probably he can wait a little more, to get a better ratio itself, and instead of buying at this price, maybe he'll be able to get a better deal if you wait for some more time.
So waiting for some more time.
Some more time is ideal, yeah.
All right. Next up, we have a caller called Angelus. Good evening, Angelus. Could you give a small introduction and go ahead with your question, please? All right, there seems to be some sort of technical error here. We're not able to get through the caller. Anyhow, in terms of talking about what Harsh asked, multimedia at ₹30, now this keeps fluctuating in the market. How does one, because this is one area people would want to invest all the time, but how do you sort of substantiate based on?
One thing is, we always have to follow some scripts, and once we follow a particular script, whether it is multimedia or State Bank of India or Reliance, two things are important. One is the entry price is very important for us in case you want to make a maximum gain. Now, if your entry price is wrong, for example, if 3 days back, if you had purchased State Bank of India, you would have lost 100 rupees, 150 rupees by now. So it's better to follow a script and arrive at a conclusion that you want to buy it, and then whenever there is a major crash or when the price comes down, it's better to pick up at that point of time. So maybe if it goes down tomorrow also, probably your entry point will be better.
So entry point is what's most important.
Very important is entry point.
All right, great. Okay, we've also got through our caller Angelus. Good evening, Angelus. Could you give a small introduction and go?
Yeah, I'm Angelus Fernandez. I'd just like to know, is it a good time to buy Biocon shares, and what is the future of it? Do you foresee that it will go up, or?
Angelus, have you ever invested before in Biocon, or is this the first time that you're buying?
No, this would be the first time that I'm buying it.
All right.
See, Biocon is a very, very good company and very well managed company. When we look at a company for investments, we always look at the management, the potential for the management to show their strength, and also we also look at the profitability about the company and the share price movement based on the FI interest or mutual fund interest and all that. And also company's prospects. Finally, we have to look at whether the company is capable of growing. Take into account all these things. Biocon is an excellent company to look at for investing. There is no doubt about it. But as I have been repeatedly saying, that the present turmoil in the market prevents people from taking a correct step. So again, they may have to take the same step of investing in a small lot so that they enjoy the benefit of cost averaging at some stage or other.
So when we're starting with companies like Biocon and other big companies, how much should one start with? Because that's a basic question. When I get a lot of emails, people ask, I want to start investing, but I'm not sure how many shares should I buy. Should we start with 100, 150, 500? How do you choose that?
See, the question now is in your hand. Now, what is your capability to invest? One should know what is the surplus money you are having. When we say invest money, we are only talking about the savings. We are not talking of the borrowing of money or selling a piece of land or selling your jewelry and investing. So, if I have a potential to invest about 50,000 rupees, I am saying invest 10,000 rupees right away, and then in small lots of 10,000 each keep buying. So, if 10,000 is the lot and divide by 300 rupees or 200 rupees, you buy 50 shares or 25 shares of Biocon. So, the first thing is your ability to invest money is very important, and distribute that in 4 to 5 lots so that you enjoy the benefit, averaging it. So, you can even start with 5,000 rupees. Suppose I have only 2,000 rupees, you can buy 1 share or 2 share also. So, now that the dematerialization is there, you can buy as low as 1 share or 2 share as well. So, there is no question of thrusting 100 shares or 50 shares for a small investor.
All right, great. So it's all about knowing how much and what your